you know, it would help. There it is. If I had the music ready. And if I actually was ready whenever the timer hit 0 versus do it looking up and going, oh, I got 10 seconds left. I got 10 seconds left. Why? Why? Why am I still running around getting all the things together? Hi. How is everyone today? How are you? How is everyone? Anriel, thank you very much for stepping in again this week. I appreciate you being here and being my mod. So Angelise is also Anriel. She is my my mod on duty tonight. So if you have any questions, concerns, anything at all, she's your person. You can ask her. Right, Nikki? Like me, ready for things? What? Hey, Anriel, should I reward the early people and announce the thing that we decided last night? Even though technically I'm not announcing it next week. And Melissa, hi, how are you? I stream on YouTube on Thursdays now. Lena is doing good. We had an episode today. I'll talk about it more tomorrow on Twitch. But she's scared of the outside. She's scared. You know how sometimes you're just scared of leaving your home? You know how there's those people that never ever leave their homes? Yeah, I think Lena wants to become that. I think that's what Lena wants. So she just never ever wants to leave the house, and she never wants to go outside ever to do her business or anything. All right, we can do that. Okay, Anriel says we can do that. So, Anriel came to me last week, and she said that she wanted to do some kind of promotion together. She wanted to do some kind of, oh, I just realized. I gotta put, there we go, chapstick. Haha, chapstick. She wanted to do some kind of promotion with both of our groups. And she wanted to do it as a sew-along. And I'm like, well, we're already doing a quilt-along next month. And so I was thinking, and then I went to her and I said, hey, how about we do this? And she said yes. So you guys are getting the inside scoop first before anyone else. We're going to go live with this next week with specifics for what you can win and things like that. But basically, the Loki quilt-along that we're doing here on YouTube next month, if you make a Loki top next month and you're a member of her Facebook group and a member of my Facebook group, and you post pictures of your finished quilt with your name and the dates, basically showing that it's yours, you could win prizes. In other words, you can win gift certificates to my site and to Anriel's site, Cosmic Fabric Creations, which is an amazing fabric company, by the way. So, if you participate, you may win things. So, very excited. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. We're going to have a lot of fun, and I'm really, really, really excited for it. So, yeah, so we're going to announce all of the specifics next week about it. But yeah, no, if you haven't already picked up the God of Mischief pattern or kit, if you win a whole kit, make sure you get that now. The God of Mischief pattern itself is a download, so you don't have to worry about that. The kit, of course, may take some time because we know how the post office is working. Bookworm actually bought something on January 31st. And it says it's still about 30 minutes down the road. So, yeah. Erica. Well, I mean, you weren't playing. Now, I will say this, okay? I don't want to leave out people that have already made a Loki top. If you've already made a Loki quilt and you don't want to make another one, that's fine. You just need to hold up the Loki quilt that you've already made and with your and have your name and have a piece of paper with your name and your date on it. And that's the thing. It has to be a piece of paper. It can't be written onto there or anything else. So you actually have to have a piece of paper on there with, making sure. So, and Android was okay with that as well, because I don't want to alienate the people that have already made this. So, but anyways, tonight, really excited about that, by the way. I'm so excited. I'll talk more about that next week. I'll put a post up on Facebook. But tonight, we're going to finish up the Laughing Dog block. And then next week, we're going to take the Hunting Duck and the Laughing Dog block. Okay, well, I didn't know if you made one yet, because you've made so many of them. So, we're going to take the Hunting Dog and the Laughing 16 inches and 18 inches long. Or if you know how to cut zippers, you can cut zippers. I haven't figured that out yet. You will need extra fabric for your background. Other than that, that's it. And then you can figure out if you want to get a throw pillow or stuff it later on. But you really only need and a zipper foot. You need a zipper foot for your machine. You need a zipper and extra background fabric. And that's it. Yeah, see, and that's the problem, Nikki, is it's not just all the snow that the U.S. is having right now. It's also here in Canada, we've been shut down since December 25th. Like, we just opened Tuesday. We just reopened Tuesday. We've been completely shut down since December 25th. So the mail is a little here too. So as long as it's still moving somewhat, and we have some scans, we kind of know what's happening. That's all that matters. So. All right, you guys ready to go? Oh! Yay, my package arrived. Thank you. Second thing, I'm also going to mention this on my Twitch stream tomorrow, but you guys are going to hear it first. My best-selling PDF book, Designing Pixel Quilts, is coming to print Monday. The print book for Designing Pixel Quilts, which went #1 on the Amazon list, will be in print on Monday. So that means the YouTube video that I'm launching this Monday is actually a promotion for it, for the book, talking about it. And that is also going to be my very first TikTok video, because it's 1 minute long. So I'm going to throw that on TikTok on Monday, and you can pick that up on Monday. And then, now, let's say if you want me to sign it. Well, you have two options. You can buy it Monday, and then whenever you see me in person one day, have me sign it. Or their second option, wait until I can have some physically here in stock, which may be a few months. But when I have some physically in stock, then I can start shipping them with signatures as well. Yeah, see the space blenders. Yeah, they took 2 weeks and a few days. See, this has been 2.5 weeks now to bookworm. So yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, then so the video for the Hunting Duck block will be the following Monday, and then the video on the Laughing Dog will be the Monday. And let me actually look at my calendar, so I can actually let you know the exact dates if you care about when videos are released. All right, this is February. All right, so this Tuesday, Monday the 22nd, we're gonna have the promotion for my new book, or my print book for my bestseller. Monday, March 1st is going to be the Hunting Duck block. March 8th is going to be the Laughing Dog block, so finishing up from tonight. March 15th is going to be how to assemble them and put them together into a pillow. So if you missed that one, it is going to be live on March 15th. And then March 22nd is going to be how to do the what are blenders. So basically I did a video all on blenders. And then the 29th, I'm going to have the video on Loki, on making the God of Mischief quilt. So with step by step, with all of those 4 weeks in the month of March. Whew. Yeah, it's just, I think it's the combination of everything from the summer, plus the weather lately is just sucks. Just absolutely sucks. So, all right, anything else last minute before we get into so many things, right? Right, BJ? I think that's it. Okay, so the blocks, oh, you know what? It would help if I actually was in mod chat in case they needed me. Just in case Unreal needed me, I need to have my mod. There we go. Mod live chat. Got it. Okay, and I haven't figured out the latency issue yet, so it's still about a 10-second delay between what I see and what you guys see. Remember, refresh it every now and then if you want to get the absolute live look. I think that's it. Okay, all right, let's do this. Let's finish up our laughing dog block. So, last week on Quiltoni, we cut all of our pieces. So we cut all of our strips, all of our pieces. We did all of our combined things. And then we assembled row number 1. So we have row number 1 assembled. Now, of course, in the pattern. Now, remember, with these patterns, you can buy the entire book. You can buy the entire PDF download of all of the blocks. You can buy just the single block. It has instructions for the single block as well as the quilt along. However, if you make just the single block, remember there is waste. There's going to be a lot of waste. And then what we'll do is you know what? I should do a video on what to do with all your waste. What to do with all of your things. Socials with an S. Unreal. It's socials with an S. I should do a blog. I should do a YouTube post about. Oh wait, never mind. I guess I did social on this one. Well, never mind. Hello, Joan. How are you today? Welcome to our live stream. We are finishing up the hunting dog block, which we started last week. And then I will edit together last week's video and this week's video and then put that as a video onto YouTube. So if you missed last week's and you want to make this block, you can go ahead and catch it when it goes live. And then our next week, I'm going to show how to take 2 quilt blocks, assemble them together with a zipper to turn them into a throw pillow. So, all right, let's do this. So, again, last week we did all this, we did this. This week, we're going to take all of our cut pieces. I'm going to lay them out. I'm going to show you how I lay them out. And then we're going to lay the pieces out here and then assemble everything. And it looks like I do have 3 pieces that I need to assemble horizontally. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just do those now before I do anything else. So let's go ahead and lay our pieces out. So when I lay my pieces out, I like to lay them in a way so it's easy for me to grab. And remember, when I'm laying these out, I also like to have my seams pointing in opposite directions. So like these go towards the white, these go towards the black. So by laying them out that way, it's easy for me to see them. So I've got these. Oops, there we are. These are the blue. There we go, brown. And I find it's easier if I lay everything out ahead of time whenever I'm looking at them. Here we are, we've got those, and then here's my solids. There we go. And then there, and there. Perfect. All right, so I've got all my pieces laid out. So now, I said I want to grab my horizontal pieces. Now remember, we're looking at this pattern as doing any of my quilt blocks as standalones. In all of my patterns, whether they're the quilt blocks or the standalone quilts, they may have horizontal pieces. They'll always show separately. So I know in my patterns, I say lay everything out first and then find those horizontals. I like to cheat a little bit with my own patterns and find those horizontals. So that's what I'm going to do first, is those 3 horizontals. So we need this. And then, okay, row 2 is going that way. The arrow's pointing that way. So I need to go towards the blue with the brown. Now, that's important. So here, remember these rows explain the way that the seam needs to point. All right, so these arrows are, does the seam need to point to the right or does the seam need to point to the left? So in row number 2, I'm assembling this one right here. I'm assembling this horizontal block right there. So in this case, you see how that arrow's pointing to the left? So I need to grab the blue and the brown piece where it's pointing towards the blue. And that's what I've done, is I've grabbed the blue and the black piece that's pointing towards the blue. All right, so there's my first one. Let me grab the next one. And row 6 is going to the left, so this has got to go towards the black. And then blue. And then row 9 is to the right, so this is going to go towards the black with the black and brown. There we go. And there are all my pieces, so I need to now sew them together and then come back and then finish laying everything out. Hello, Miss Patchwork Pirate. Are you guys being safe? Do you have power? Is your plumbing okay? How is Houston faring through all this? And I also miss you, my friend. Look at Anriel getting those commands down right away. Oh, while I'm in the sped up part of the video, Anriel, are you busy on Sunday or are you able to play some Final Fantasy? You have power and water. Okay, good. Whew. Okay, oh, Houston overall's limping. All right, it is... Oops, there we go. It would help if I actually... There we go. It seems... There we go. It seems like there are some areas that are not doing well. The rescue is not doing well. They have lost power. They're down in San Antonio. You're able to play? Okay, so let's play. Let's figure out a time on Sunday and let's do that stuff you want to show me on Sunday. And we'll figure it out then. Because I am teaching a class all day on Saturday. I'm teaching a Bargello class to a quilt guild on Saturday. So I won't be able to play much on Saturday. And then tomorrow I have sewing lessons that I'm doing tomorrow evening after my Twitch stream. So I can't do it. I can't play tomorrow either. Wow. Don't go under contract for how? Okay, so is it just like... Is it slowed down, the process? Like, what's happened there? Yeah, so they actually have a huge call out right now for generators, blankets, toys, just all sorts of things for the ranch. They've got a huge call out. Oh. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. wish that you were, and everyone else was not going through all of that. And it's not funny. I mean, at first, the North is like, oh, ha, 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 you know, you don't know how to use snow. But they don't have the infrastructure or the power capabilities of handling it. Oh, guys, I found out they redesigned the cutting gizmo. I cannot wait to see the new one, and I have to see what it looks like, and I want to play with it, and I want to see it. I just saw an announcement that they redesigned it, and I'm all like, can I see it? Can I see it, please? Can I see? Can I see it? Because that'd be great. Oh, I didn't turn on the power on my iron. All right, I gotta wait for the power on my iron. And then I'll bring my ironing pad over. Oh, so the power's on at the new place, but not with you. No, exactly. You guys definitely do not have the infrastructure. Yeah, this is purple. Yep, it's purple. It's my purple thing. Oops. It's my purple thing. But there's a new design on it. The command for this one, Anreal, is snip. Yep, you got it. Yeah, so I have, Erica. I've got Erica/Rosalind. I've got a cheat sheet of all the commands that my mods have access to. So she was looking through and reading all the commands to find the right one. That's why she was asking if it was purple. Yes, I completely agree, Scott. I absolutely, completely agree with that statement. I hope that things that are able to be fixed are fixed. And that I hope that people do not try to capitalize on the situation. All right, it's ready. All right, so let's iron these. Now, if you notice, I didn't really pay attention to which way these were going. It doesn't make a difference. It does not make a difference at all which way these seams are going, which way they're facing. There we go. So really, you can just iron them any which way, because I haven't really laid the pieces out yet. Now, if you take a look at the hunting deck block, that will be live on YouTube if you're watching me live here in 2 weeks. If you're watching this video on YouTube, it's already up. The hunting deck block, I made sure these are going certain ways. In this case, it doesn't matter because I haven't laid my pieces out yet. So I'm just going to take these and set these aside as my already combined pieces. So now, I'm going to take my row number 1 and put it up out of the way. And I'm going to lay out rows 2 through 9. And remember, when I lay my rows out, I lay them out in groups of 2. Let me do that right there so you can see it. So that is the first one. In fact, let me get my paper so I can see. I actually use a piece of paper so that I can see exactly where I am and make sure that I can see the pieces easier as I'm laying them out. So let's grab this one. So I put them in groups of 2 because that is easier than when I pick it up. Because remember, row number 2, the arrow goes to the left. So when I'm pinning these, I'm going to take the left over the right and pin it into place. So I'll show you what I mean with the rest of row number 2. All right, so we've got then this one, and then this is a combined piece of black on top with blue and brown, and then a brown. I love this batik. It is so pretty. And then blue and brown, Now, I decided to have the seam go up, so that means the next one, the seam has to go down because we need to nest these seams. I talked about nesting seams earlier. Last week's video, which is also, if this is combined, it's earlier in the stream, earlier in the video. But so the seam needs to be nested. So that means that the seam goes one way, and then the next one, the seam goes the opposite way. So in this case, the seam needs to go down, needs to point down towards the brown one. Just like that. Okay, and then solid brown. Perfect. And then black and brown. And then black. And then there. And then there. And just like I said, now I'm going to pin these together. So row number 2 is going to the left again. So it's going to the left. So I'm going to take this piece, left over right, and pin it into place. So let me go ahead and put my pins in. Just like that. Now, the reason why I do this, and I make sure I'm picking up my left over my right, is because what this does is after I sew it and then I iron it, my piece is going that way. So it's being faced that way. Well, that's exactly the way that I need it to go for my nesting of my seams for my rows. So let me go ahead and pin the rest of this one. And then I'm going to lay the rest of rows 3 to 9 out. And pin them. And fast forward everything. And then come back and unfast forward when it's time to sew it. Okay, let me read the chat now that I'm fast forwarding through all this stuff. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. Oh, you've earned your... Yes, I completely agree. You've earned your wine. And being without power sucks. I used to live in Maryland, which is, and we lived in an older neighborhood, my first husband and I. And so the houses were built in the 70s, and they were on a weird power grid. So what would happen every single time we would have a horrible storm or a hurricane is we would lose power. And sometimes it'd be a week before power would come back on again. But that was not in the middle of winter. Like, that just absolutely sucks. And I was lucky. Anytime that happened, my parents lived in a neighborhood that was built in the early 90s. So they could, we could just go to their house and stay with them. Let's see. And then black. Any questions on what I'm doing or anything else? And yes, hi Lego, hi Patchwork. Okay. Good. See, and that's the thing. You guys are used to hurricanes being in the Houston area and then towards the blue. But ice and snow and not having power during all that, that's completely different. Like, I couldn't imagine that. Okay, towards the black. And then I need to go towards the brown. There we go. And then white. And then black and white. Okay, that's towards the white. So I need to go down towards the white with the white and the brown. And then a brown. And then blue and brown, black, and then blue. Okay, and this is to the right. So row 3 is to the right. So in that case, I take the right piece, flip it over the left piece, and pin it into place. Do 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 do. For anyone new to my YouTube lives, I do like to take these and turn them into tutorials on my Twitch channel. So, because of that, as you see, I will go through periods of reading chat and periods where I don't read chat, and then I gotta go back and catch up on chat. This is an area where I'm just gonna speed through because I've already shown you what to do. So I'm gonna do the with some fancy music while it speeds through it all. Hey, engine! Good, 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 Dickie. Oh, hey, Nikki, do I have a mod for tomorrow? I forgot to look at the sheet. We're going to work on the cat blocks on my Twitch channel tomorrow. Yes, it's not even not stabbing myself, BJ. It is, it's just a matter of explaining it. Like, all of this stuff talking to chat, I have to edit out. Because, as I learned from the Quilt-along last year, if it's not live, people do not want to listen to you talking to chat. Because, yeah. So I've got to go through and edit it so it's just the instructions. So that means the instructions have to be just that. Just the instructions without the actual me chatting with you. There we go. There's that one. All right, here's row number 4. Okay, and then there is brown. Whoops. And then white. Okay, that's going towards the white, so we need to go towards the brown. Towards the brown. Towards the brown. And then towards the white again. Uh-oh. Alright. So, what happens? I need another piece to go towards the white. So I'm going to double check this. Towards the white, towards the white. Towards the brown, towards the brown, towards the brown, towards the white. And all I have are pieces that go towards the brown. What do? You iron it. I'm literally just going to re-iron this. And how I re-iron it is I like to first re-iron the back. And then iron the front. And that's it. And now I have a piece that goes towards the white. If it does not, if your seam doesn't face in the correct direction, it's not the end of the world. Just do it. Oh, was I right? Did I not have a mod? I thought I looked at that and there wasn't anyone signed up when I looked a few days ago, but I didn't know if it changed or not. All right, so this is going to the left. So left over right. Now, for those of you that are members of my my YouTube channel, I'm going, as soon as the book shows live and you can purchase it on Amazon, I will upload the video so that you guys know that the book is now live for the physical book for the Designing Block Quilts, or Designing Pixel Quilts. Designing Block Quilts was edition 1. So basically from edition 1 to edition 2, we changed a few things, we moved a few chapters around, added a few more pictures and a few more definitions. So it is, it's edition 2 is just much, much, much better than edition 1 is. So the PDF is available now on Amazon. The physical will be available on Monday. To the right, this is row 5. Okay, and then this is to the right, so it's towards the white. Okay, black. Towards the black, so we need to go towards the white. And then white. Larger white, and then blue. Perfect. And again, row 5's to the right, so I pick up the right piece, flip it over the left piece, and pin it into place. Yeah, so patchwork. Do you remember 1 year ago? The last time I was at a convention and I saw people, I saw Patchwork and Sapphira. So, do you remember that weekend? It was my PDF, my brand new downloadable PDF book I had just launched. And we were actually giving away free copies that weekend at Pensacon. Alright, this is row number 6. So this is to the left. Alright, so now I'm running out of space. So I'm actually going to move everything up. Okay. Well, my plan that weekend, okay, so I've got that. This is towards the black. I need to go towards the black, towards the white, towards the white, towards the black, and then I need this one. Nice! I lucked out on that one. Look at that. Those opposite directions. I lucked out on that one. Okay, so that goes down. And then that's towards the brown, so I need to go towards the white. And then towards the white. My plan that weekend was to do another round of giving away the PDF for free. Why is the camera position evil? Because I keep doing that? Because I keep putting my head in the way? Yes, I stick my head in there a lot. I know, I gotta be careful with it. So the my plan that weekend, of course, was to do another round of publicity, giving away the PDF book again in May, like have a big promotional thing. And then in June, release the physical book just in time for the main con circuit that I have. So Gen Con, Dragon Con, New York Comic Con. Yeah, I forgot. Because there were no conventions. Oh, it keeps... No, it's not moving. It's the table. The table's moving. Look, see, I'm like moving. I'm moving up. I'm going up. I'm keep moving the table. It's the table that's moving, not the camera. And then this is to the left. Sorry, I'll try to stop pushing up the table. I'm gonna keep trying not to lean on this table. I'm sorry. Yeah, so because there were no conventions, I completely forgot. About a month ago, I remembered, oh, I forgot to launch that book, didn't I? Well, crap. And yeah. So that's what I've been working on the past month, is to get the book, getting together with Twill. Alright, so this is row number 7, and it's going to the right. It's getting together with Twill, and figuring out the layouts and everything else that we need for the actual hard copy book. And it finally, yesterday, all was good and approved. So now it's just going through all the final checks so that it can go live on Amazon. Okay, and then brown. And then blue and brown. And then blue. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. I was making sure I had enough pieces here. So this is going to the right, so right over left, and then pinning it into place. I know it's my table. I'm supposed to get another table. But of course, I don't know if I'm still getting another table because COVID. It does have some shaky moves. It does. All right, this is row number 7. I've got 2 more rows. Okay, row number 8 is going to the left. Okay, and then brown, and then black and brown, black, and then the single black, brown and black, brown, and then that brown, and then black, black, and then a blue there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and this is going to the left, so it's left over right, and then pinning it into place. There we go. We've got that. Left over right. Now, the nice thing about my patterns, if you've done one of my patterns, you can do any of my patterns. They are all about the same. Okay, and then last but not least, row number 9. And this is going to the right. Here we go. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Wait, up, down, up. 4, 5, and then I need this one, which I've lucked out again. Okay, and then it needs to go up towards the brown, and then down towards the blue, and then there. Now, whenever you have everything all laid out, in the case of the laughing dog, and in most of my patterns, you're going to have a few extra little pieces left. So in this case, these are the 3 extra pieces left. That is fine. That is normal. Don't freak out about it. It's okay. Alright, so row 9 moves to the right, so I'm going to pick up the right piece, flip it over the left, and pin it into place. There we go. And last but not least, there we go. We've got them all done. So now I'm going to switch cameras, and just like we did with row number 1, I'm going to sew all the pieces. And then after I sew them all, I'm going to iron them, repin them, and keep on going until I have an entire row, just like row number 1 for rows 2 to 9. Oh, and then I'm actually going to switch cameras to go here. And then that way you can see that. Oh wait, that went. Oh hey, look at that! I gotta flip that one upside down, don't I? I didn't even notice that. Didn't even notice it. All right, hold on. Where is the? Let's see. Transform. Rotate 180 degrees. There we go. Now it's right. Fantastic. It's iced tea. I was thirsty, so I made myself some iced tea. Now, if you haven't if you want to learn how to sew, if you have not yet learned how to sew, and if you have a sewing machine, I am now officially giving virtual lessons on sewing techniques, all sorts of things. I'm probably going to put them up on my Shopify site, on my website, probably in the next week or so that you can purchase virtual lessons. So that's something that I've just started that I'm really excited about. Now, remember, I am doing what's called chain piecing. I have something constantly in my machine at all times. There we go. I'm going to trim my scrap fabric off of there and then grab the next row. I'm going to put one in just to free it. There we are. And once I have that one in, then I'm going to free the rest of them. And then sew the rest here. Look at you, Anriel. Throwing up all of the commands. Look at that. Isn't she doing a great job? Miss Elvain may lose her Thursday spots. They may be Anriel's now. I still have to pay my mods for December and January. I should do that tonight or tomorrow. There we go. Okay, so then I'm going to use my purple thing And I'm going to chain these. Yeah. Beautiful. So then I'm going to take these and put them back over here and grab the next one. And that is how I chain, is doing the constant over and over and over, having something in my machine, and it's more efficient just to do all the sewing at the same time. And let's free this one, set it aside. See, there you go. Now you're remembering them. Thanks, Ariel. But yeah, let's play Final Fantasy on Sunday. We can chat and figure out a good time. I've got to look. I don't think I'm doing anything other than editing videos. But now it's not dire that I get it done on Sunday because my book is out and I'm going to put my book promotion on Monday. There we go. Oops, this way. I always forget because I'm taking my pins out. I have to separate my chained pieces in a different way. So normally I go back to front, but that's because I then take the pins out because I do a horrible thing and normally sew over my pins. But I'm trying to be better for YouTube and not sew over my pins. Why do you need to talk to Stream Elements? It takes a long time. There's a delay. Remember, YouTube has got a bigger delay than Twitch does. So it's not like instant like Twitch is. So that's the one thing that is a little, not unnerving, but you've got issues with, is that Stream Elements is going to take a little longer. Yep. Yeah. And I think, now, I think when I can, hopefully I will remember to research it and figure it out. I think when I figure out the delay stuff of how to fix the delay so that it's not as big right now, then I think I don't know if Stream Elements will be the same thing or if Stream Elements is going to also be faster. Hi, Katie. How are you today? I know, right? It's like, who is this person that's not sewing over her pins? It can't be me. Because I sew over my pins. That's a strange thing, right? How are you today? Fantastic. That makes me happy that you are doing great. Oh, and for anyone that wasn't here at the very... So, let's say if you do what I just did and you get excited about your chain piecing and you keep on going and you manage to have 2 rows in there at the same time, this is how you fix it. Take a look at your pattern and figure out which rows are in here, which 2 rows are in here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. 5 and 6 are in here. So I'm gonna go look at my 5 and 6. Okay. So here at this one right here, okay, that's a white and a black. All right, this is the end of row 6, okay? So that's those 2, and then these 2, those 2, those 2, those 2. here's my separation. And then trim it. Oh, do you know how often I actually do that whenever I'm not streaming? Yeah, okay. Back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. Anyways, as I was saying, if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, I did announce a collaboration with Anrield, who owns, I don't know if you guys are aware, Anrield, shout yourself out, exclamation cosmic. Anrield owns Cosmic Fabric Creations, which is a fabric company. She does a lot of really, really amazing designs. Some copyrighted, some not. It is... No, I don't need a seam ripper. I don't need a seam ripper for it. It was fine. It was fine. Just figuring out where it was. So she is an amazing, awesome, fantastic fabric company. She also has a Facebook group for her fabric company. And Andrew, how many members do you have now? 4,000 members? To my measly 300? She is doing amazing. She's doing great with her group. It is awesome. So she really, really wanted to do something, a collaboration, and I'm like, I don't know what to do because I can't use your fabrics with my patterns. It's just, they just don't go together. But then I thought about it. We're doing a quilt along next month. We're going to be doing a quilt along for Loki, for the god of mischief. So, talking to Anriel, almost 4, nice, sweet. So talking to Anriel, we figured out a way that we can collaborate. Basically, if you are part of the quilt along next month, if you decide to take part and make a Loki quilt top with us, you don't have to finish the whole quilt, just the quilt top. If you decide to make a Loki quilt top with us, you join her Facebook group, you join my Facebook group. We're going to put posts up right after we do the last stream at the end of the month of March. So that if you made a Loki top, you can then post that top on that post with a handwritten piece of paper on top of it that has your name and the date, so we know you didn't cheat. And we know you didn't go and find a picture online someplace. And once we know that yes, nope, you have made a Loki top, that is one entry into the giveaway. If you put the picture on my post and her post, that is 2 entries. And we're going to be giving away gift certificates to my website and her website. It's going to be awesome. So if you're planning on being part of the God of Mischief Quilt Along next month here on YouTube, make sure that you belong to both her Facebook group and mine. And keep an eye out for those posts at the end of the month. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And you're going to get a quilt out of it. I should put a post up soon for my members so they can pick the next quilt that we make after the God of Mischief. I don't know if we're going to immediately make one in April or if we're going to take a month off. Because there's a chance that I'm going to be able to go to Maryland at the end of March to pick up all of the fabric that's there. Finally. I can finally get the fabric that's down there. I'm so excited. So excited. So, in that case, I won't be here for the first Thursday of April. And then the next 2 Thursdays, I'm gonna kind of be here in my studio in isolation because I need to isolate for 2 weeks. Just because I've taken a trip into the States, so I've got to make sure that, you know, I didn't pick anything up. Nice! Yay, Unreal! Yeah, and you said we're going to do the official announcements next week, right? We'll do the official announcements next week, and then they can get, like, all the information. And, oh, yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Well, I announced the quilt along for next month, but I didn't announce that we're going to be doing prizes and things, like encouraging people to do it. So I'm really, really excited about that. So I'm thinking what I may do is I may take April off, and then we'll make another one in May. Now, oh, don't forget, in March, if you can use a sewing machine already, we are going to be doing a race, a sewing race to benefit able gamers the last Saturday of the month, and all you need is 2 charm packs. Do 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 do. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I've got everything all done. I've got everything all sewn. Okay, so let's iron and pin rows 2 to 9. Do 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 do. Oh, I dropped my paper. I dropped my paper. All right, so this is row number 2. Now, remember, when you're ironing these, lock your seams in. And then iron them. There we go. Which way did I do it? This is row number 2, right? Yeah, I went this way. Okay, and then this is seams to the left. Okay, I'm just looking to make sure that these all line up as I lay them down, making sure I didn't flip anything. Yep, they all look good. And they go to the left. So I'm picking up the left piece over the right and pinning it into place. Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, no, I agree, Andrew. I think it's not the fact that they could win something, it's that they have an incentive for doing it. And sometimes we just need a little push with an incentive in order to do something. And if we can get more people sewing and quilting, I truly think that's going to help a lot with our mental sanity. Not like me and you, but like our mental sanity as a population. If we can distract for a bit, I think that is good. Whoops. There we go. Hey, Nick, how are you today? Okay, and then here's row 2, or row 3. And this is row number 3. Oops, come on, pick up. There we go. And this is to the right. So, and then this one's on the end. So I'm going to count them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So an even number and they'll go together. Let's make sure that everything lines up. Yes. Yes. Perfect. It all lines up. And then row 3 is to the right. So I'm picking up the right piece, flipping it over the left piece, and pinning that into place. Fantastic. Yeah, exactly. Yes, you're absolutely right, Andrew. People love trying new things. And sometimes they just need a little encouragement in order to try the new thing. You know what? There's something about the chiropractor. You get beat up while you're there, but whenever you leave, you're like, oh, I feel good. There's something about getting everything cracked that just makes me feel good. I don't know if you can hear him, but Marley is snoring, and it's the cutest thing. Four, 5. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this one, this is row number 4, so this goes to the left. Now, this one has 5 pieces, so it has an odd number of pieces. Because of this, we can't sew all these pieces together. We have to leave one piece out, kind of like that one's left out of this row. So in this case, we always want to make sure that we do everything the same all the way down. For the first time, if there was a leftover piece, I left off the last piece, as you see both here and here. And this time, I want to leave off the first piece. So I'm going to take that first piece and put that down. Because if we get to this row or this row, if there's an odd piece out, I want to include these 2 pieces. That is extremely important. So we're going to leave that first piece out and then pin these next 4 pieces together. Okay, resume speed. The dog, so that's actually a good question. So it's interesting. So I think Obsidian misses him. Like, he has been going around pouting, and it's ridiculous how much he's pouting because he loved that dog. Obsidian loved Ziggy so much that he misses him greatly. And then Alfred, though, however, is much happier. Alfred couldn't play when Ziggy was here because every time Alfred would go to play, Ziggy would want to play tug with him and take away his toys. Well, Alfred doesn't like playing with other dogs. Alfred wants you to play with just him. So the moment that Ziggy would do that, Alfred would stop and he would go back under the covers. Okay, and this is row number 5, so this is going to the right. Let's make sure that everything looks good. Uh-oh. think I did it wrong. Yeah, I did. I ironed this one wrong. It's supposed to go this way. Look, see what I did? When I picked the pieces up, I picked them up wrong. I looked at it wrong. So what this means is I need to redo everything. So row 5 needs to go to the right. So I need to re-iron all of these pieces to make sure that they're going the correct way. But that's it. It's just re-ironing the pieces and then they're fine. Yeah, exactly. Alfred is like, no, I'm sorry. I don't want to play with you. So I'm just going to go to bed again. But then Alfred hasn't played for like 2 or 3 months. So he did not like, he loved cuddling with Ziggy, but he's cuddling with Lena now. And then flip it over. And ironing the other side. There you go. All right, let's try this again. Now that's right. Perfect. Okay, and then row 5 goes to the right. So right over left and pinning it into place. Yeah, no, well, even the first mistake I did today is an easy fix. The trick is if you find a mistake, finding it early makes it easier to fix. If I would have kept on going and didn't check it as I was going, that's whenever I mess things up, and that is in my Twitch stream what happens a lot, because I just tend to keep on going. And so I don't catch all of those mistakes as they happen. Go. All right, and then this is row I think I did the same thing. Row number 6 is to the left. Nope. I just flipped it. There we go. We got that. Yeah, no, I did the same thing. I did the exact same thing. All right, I'm going to check this one. Because row 6 goes to the left. I ironed this one wrong, too. What was I doing? How was I not paying attention to this? But again, they're easy fixes. It's not a big deal. All right, let's flip these over. Perfect. All right, so to the left. That is now good. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, to the left, so it's left over right, and then pinning it into place. Great. I know, I was taught, you know what? That's what it was. That's what it was. I was revealing the collab and talking to you and just super, super excited. Speaking of revealing things, if you guys join me on my Twitch channel tomorrow, you are going to get first look at the charity heart tattoos that I got yesterday. I'm going to talk all about that. I'm supposed to be not wearing this long sleeve shirt. However, I wanted to make sure that the YouTube thing was completely consistent. So long sleeve shirts consistent throughout. Okay, so this is row number 7. So let's see if I've got this right. Okay, that looks right. Yeah, this is right. It was just those two that are wrong. Seriously. So yeah, so tomorrow I will have tank tops so that I will be able to show you the 2 new tattoos. I'm super excited. Or 4 new, I'm sorry. Why did I say 2? Sometimes these words come out of my mouth and I'm like, what am I talking about? Where did that come from? I have 4 new tattoos. I sat for 3 hours of tattooing. Four, 5. Okay, I think there's an odd number for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, and this is row number 7. So this is to the right. So that means the first piece is the one I'm going to leave out because we want to be consistent. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. And then now that is good. Fantastic. And this is to the right. So right over left. And pin it into place. Words are very hard. Like, and seriously, words are hard. Yeah, so if you belong to my Discord, I put pictures in Discord. Oh, Scott, did you send the picture of your emote to your artist? If so, what'd they say? Like, it is super detailed. It's actually if you can't really tell with the pictures, but you'll see tomorrow. That one's actually bigger than the rest of them because she wanted to blow it up a little bit bigger, and where she put it, it fits perfectly because she wanted to make sure not to lose any of the really cool electronic details. I actually was supposed to get 5 yesterday, but we ran out of time. So I made the next appointment for either June or July, I don't remember when, so that if I owe you any tattoos from the May campaign, we'll do them then. Alright, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is 8, so it goes to the left. Okay, let's make sure these are all right. Perfect. Alright, go on the left. So it's left over right. And pinning into place. That's cool. Okay, so okay, good. Good, good, good. And I actually had a conversation with Dana about doing someone else's artwork. About, what is the copyright behind it? Having someone else. And obviously, number 1, your tattoo artist is an artist. They have to be okay with that. Number 2, you have to have the permission of the person that originally drew it. So Scott actually went to his emote artist and asked her permission before we did it. Always, always, always consider who owns the copyright. Do I have permission to do this? Should I do this? 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, this is the last row, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna sew. I'm gonna go back and do the sewing of all these rows again. I know, what time is it? So, okay, I know we'll at least get all these rows done. I think we'll be able to get everything assembled today. If not, we'll start with that next week. And then we'll go into turning 2 quilt blocks into a throw pillow. And how you do that. Next time we do this, I should teach how to do a throw pillow with the tuck method that doesn't have the zipper. If I would have thought of that ahead of time before putting out the list of, hey, go get a zipper, I would have shown you guys that. 2, 3, 4, 5. But we can't really do it with a 2-sided pillow. We can only do a zipper. Okay, so this is to the right. And this has 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, that's correct. So I'm going to leave that one alone. And group these 2. Yep, and that looks good. All right, this is to the right. So right over left and pinning it into place. Yeah, next time we just do a single standalone block like this. Should have done that for Valentine's Day and then turned it into a pillow. Oh well. Maybe next year. There we are. Perfect. Okay. All right, let's sew this. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Scott. Hello, Rivertown. How are you today? How are you? Yeah, no, and that's the thing. And that's with all of my stuff, too, is I have broad licenses for whenever I purchase these things. But I'd still want to talk to the emote artist and be like, hey, you're okay with this, right? Like, someone is going to have your art on their body for the rest of their life. And for tattoo artists, well, they're used to that, right? That's what they do. But for an emote artist, that may be different and weird. Okay, let's trim our scrap fabric. Yes, exactly, Scott, exactly. Aaron, I love it. Now, the only problem with that, Aaron, remember, is if you stuff it like that, you can never, ever take that stuffing out. So keep that in mind as you're using it, because you won't be able to wash and dry it as nicely or as well as you could if it had a zipper and you can just remove all the stuffing. Okay. Okay, Rivertown. Yeah, no, it's, were you the one that I was talking to before about paper patterns? Yeah, so on my website, I don't sell paper patterns. I just sell the PDFs because I have stores that carry my patterns. However, if there is a situation where someone wants paper patterns for one reason or another, or if they're a store and they want to buy it wholesale, well, yeah, I can totally do that. But I don't have paper patterns for all of my patterns. The patterns that were released during COVID, I haven't had printed yet from the printer because, let's be honest, there's almost no reason to have paper patterns without going to conventions yet, right? Yeah, and just think, whenever we can finally get together and hang out again, Scott, I have your emote on me. You're the first emote that I have tattooed onto my body. It's all for charity. It is all for charity. Yes! I was like, who'd I talk to about that? Who'd I do? Hi, PSU girl. How are you? But yeah, no, yeah, for you, yes, let's do some paper patterns. We'll figure that out. Especially because you're one of my favorite people. Because you took care of one of my favorite people. Yep, we did discuss it before. I remembered I discussed it with someone, but I didn't remember who I discussed it with. And then I've had conversations with 2 quilt shops about getting paper patterns. But we don't know if we're going to do anything now or wait until this is all done, because who knows, right? Like, people aren't in stores at quilt shops really shopping too much for patterns. They're online. Yes. Yep, that's right. Yep, with the Now, the other thing that you can do, PSU, is you can always do a gift card. You can always do a $12 gift card, which is the cost of the pattern, and then they could pick out the pattern themselves on my site. I didn't even think about that before when we were talking about it. Lego, are you jealous that I have Scott's emote tattooed onto me? Because, that's, like, anyone can do that. That is a charity incentive. Now, you notice how when I just have 2, I'm not using my purple thing. I'm only using my scissors, because I'm already using my scissors to separate from what's actually in the machine. Yeah, and that way we don't have to worry about shipping. Like, I seriously just thought about that now. If you do that, I only have gift cards set up, I think, for $25, $50, $75, and $100. Remind me, and I'll put a gift card option in there for $12, and there's no additional tax on top of that. You know what? I didn't think about that, Scott. I did not think about that. That could be it as well. BJ could be jealous because he wants to be the one that has Scott's emote tattooed onto his body. I mean, BJ likes tattoos as well. He's got a bunch of tattoos up his arm for all of his favorite things. Last one, and then we can do another round of ironing and pinning. I mean, why not both? No, my tattoo artist really, really liked the emote. Now, I did have, so I got a couple. I got the Starlight Star. I got the Twitch Aid rainbow hearts. I got, oops. I got Malfunk's emote heart. And then there were 2 more that I needed that no one had donated to get specific ones. So I let Dana pick what she wanted. And she designed one that I am in love with. Like, she did such a good job. It's so amazing. I love it so, so much. And if you do not belong to my Discord, if you haven't seen it yet, yeah. It is so cool. Okay, so this is row number 9. Okay, and this is this way. Now, you notice for row number 9, I have 3 pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up that left piece because I already know which way to iron it because I've ironed the first few pieces. So I'm going to pin that left piece, and then I'm going to flip over this right piece and pin that one. And then I can sew both sides at the same time, just alternate it. And then when I go to iron it, I just look to see which way I do it and iron them both. Yeah, no, it's an amazing emote. Like, she did a really, really good job with it. I really do like it. And I told her how much you were doing for charity this year and how much you've done this past year, buying from my store to try to help keep me afloat. And I think that made Dana want to make it even better. All right, so this is to the left. I think she was like, okay, I have to do an amazing job on this tattoo because this is a good dude. Actually, those were her exact words. What a good dude. Like, yep. I think of all of them, that's the one she took the longest on. There we go. And then this one. Yeah, exactly. Like, I totally think it represents you as well. You and your brand with the circuit board. Because computers. Yeah, I can't wait to show it off for you guys tomorrow. Okay, and this is row number 7, so it's to the right. Yep, that's right. All right, so let's pick up this one. Hold on a sec. Okay, and then this side. Beautiful. Okay, and then we'll do this one. You do! Scott, you do have a brand. You have a brand. And then this is row 6. This is to the left. Just double checking because I do not like to flip pieces. So I'm double check every step of the way with these just to make sure I didn't put a piece upside down or reverse it. If you watched the hunting duck block, you saw that there was one case where, in fact, I did completely sew them the wrong way. There we go. Exactly, Scott. I completely agree. We should always, not just streamers, but if you have any kind of business or if you present yourself in any way, you should always be thinking about brand. Always. You know, not just, you know, what your business, what your style, but who are you? Who do you stand for? All right, row 5 is to the right. Okay, perfect. You should always think about that. There we are. Why else would I do it so often? Yes. And no, I do not love to flip pieces. It's called I don't pay attention and I do it. Okay, and this is row number 4. So this is to the left. Okay, and then this one. And then this one. Perfect. Okay. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. Back to sewing. Back to pinning. All right, looking at the time. I think what I will do... Oh, hey, there's 4 pieces for this one. Uh-oh. Okay. So I definitely have to sew this one again. Because this one's not ready for sewing. So anyways, what I was thinking is I'm going to sew all of these rows. And then next week, I will assemble the rows. And then do the pillow, do the throw pillow. Okay, so this is number 3. So this is to the right. Oh, it is this one. I'm like, there we go. And then the brown. This one. Oh, it's his eyeballs. Oh, you can't see it. It's his eyeballs. And then is this correct? Yes. Okay. So there's 4 pieces to the right. So I'm just going to go ahead and do those. This last one has 3, right? Yep. All right, so this is the only row that has more than 3 pieces. So this is the row that I actually have to go back through and sew again, one more pass. So let me do that, and then I will come back, iron and sew this one, and then iron and pin this one, and then iron and pin row number 2. Well, yes, I know what I'm doing. I designed it. And right, Scott? Right? Now, instead of putting in my scrap again, we know that the first row over here is ready to go. So I'm just going to take this first row right here and put it in the machine and have it ready to go. Because I said I do want to sew these rows. There we are. And let's go back and finish doing this. Beautiful. Okay, and then look at that. Look at the eyeballs. They're so cute. They're cute eyeballs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, that's fine. Look, I've got to redo that one. There we go. All right, and then one more. And then I can move my ironing board for the night. Well, yes, I'm taking all the pins out. Why? Why would I not take the pins out while I'm sewing? Only a heathen would keep their pins in while they're sewing. I don't know the kind of person that would keep their pins in while they sew. All right, row number 2. Row number 2. Okay, so that goes that way. Yep. This looks good. This looks good. Perfect! No flipped pieces, everyone! So shocked. I am so shocked. I had 0 flip pieces. Seriously. Like, majorly shocked. All right. Let's do that one. Perfect. There we go. All right, let's get everything else sewn. Oops, not the doggies. He's sweet. He's sleeping. He's sleeping. Okay, so as you see, these bows all have pins on both sides. So what I do is I sew the one side, trim the side, flip it around. So I actually take, I'll show you again, I take it and then I flip it around just like that. And then sew the other side. Okay, trim it, flip it around, sew the other side. Because remember, we have something constantly in our machine at all times. We want to make sure that we're chaining. It saves thread, it saves time, it locks in stitches, and your thread doesn't get sucked up into your machine. Alright, so there's row number 1. Or, I'm sorry, row number 9. Row number 9. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, PSU girl. There we are. Here's number 8. Flip this around. I forgot to turn my phone notifications off. Okay, so while we're in the sped up part, while I went upstairs, I could hear my husband yelling. He's playing a video game. And he's not supposed to be raising his voice above a certain level because he knows I'm going to edit these and use this as tutorials on YouTube. So he's supposed to be keeping his voice down. And I had messaged him earlier going, I can hear you. So while I was doing a quick break, I ran upstairs and yelled at him. Come on, there we go. All right, so next week we are going to assemble all these rows and take a look at our finished laughing dog masterpiece, and then we're going to turn them into a throw pillow. I will show you the cheaters method that I use for semi-visible zippers. Super easy cheaters method. Anyone can do it. Seriously, super easy cheaters method. All you need is a zipper, zipper foot, obviously machine, extra background fabric, there we go, and I'm have to use my scrap fabric to clear this last one, bringing it around. Yep, no, not gonna have time to assemble all the rows. That's fine. We'll do that. We'll start that next week. We will start that next week. There we go. So let's go back over here. Right, Scott? Right? All right, and then there are our rows. So what I'm gonna do in order to save these and set these aside for next week, I'm just going to go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then that way, I know the exact order that the rows are in. So this is row number 9 on top, row number 1 on the bottom. And then I'm going to take my pattern and just tuck it in there just like that. And here's all of my scrap. And then, of course, my deck block that is going to go on the other side. So I'm going to take all that, put that in there, and then now it's ready for next week, for next Thursday. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. Right, Anreal? thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this week. I super appreciate it. Don't forget, next week is the last week. We're doing the duck and the dog blocks, and then we're going to throw them into a throw pillow. And then the week after that, the month of March, we're doing a quilt along. God of Mischief Loki. Very excited. You know what? Oh, you know what I should do? I'm wondering if, I may do a mini quilt along. I don't know. I may do a quilt along starting in April sometime and going through May. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But thank you guys so much. So don't forget, tomorrow I'm going to be live on Twitch from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock Eastern. Monday I'll be live on Twitch from 5 o'clock to 7:30 Eastern. I've got to end a little bit early on Monday for reasons. I'll tell you on Monday. And then, of course, next Thursday, like I said, we're going to be finishing this off, putting it into a throw pillow from 5:30 to 7:30 Eastern Time. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. All right. I will catch you tomorrow on Twitch or next Thursday here on YouTube. Have a fantastic day.